You guys, what is good? Welcome back on the Uncle Sharma channel. Did you guys see Paulo Dybala yesterday? My goodness. Of course, there was also Chiellini's last ever match or home match in the Juventus shirt, and he had a great send-off. But there was also Paulo Dybala's last home match in the Juventus shirt, and the guy was crying his heart out. Did you guys see like how much he was crying? Like, that's the type of crying is like, you know, when you hold the tears, and then once one goes, that's it. It's like the floodgates are open. Like, this guy was completely gone. Like, you know those anime characters where they start crying and the tears just flow and the room fills up. It was like that. And obviously the memes were hilarious about, you know, he's crying tears of joy because he's leaving Allegri ball, or he's crying tears because he knows that maybe he's joining Giardini at Inter. But yeah, you can see what it really meant to Dybala in terms of the decision that has been made that he's not going to be renewing with them. On the other hand, it was hilarious with Chiellini, the guy who's been there for like much longer than him. He was there like he was like all happy and jolly, and just shows the difference of character, how like Chiellini took it and how Dybala, you just see like the different characters. Like Dybala, just that very emotional character, just lives it, you know, on his chest, whatever the emotion was. So it's good to see, like, you know, in modern football, at least that emotion. But at the end of the day, you know, Juve fans will be asking the same questions, like, are those crocodile tears? Because if you're going to be joining our arch rivals, i.e. Inter, us, what do those tears even mean? And that is a question, and that's as a question, you know, has been coming up for the last couple of hours. I mean, today when I woke up this morning, it's like, will he actually do that to them? Will he actually make that jump after shedding all these tears? But at the end of the day, as we guys know, modern football, like, it's business at the end of the day. And the decision, Dybala wanted to stay. Juve never offered him a contract, so that's why also he's crying that much, because he's the one who wanted to stay. He wanted to at least get some sort of offer from Juve, and they just never came with any offer. And you know, that's how Juve work. The Juve are a very cold-blooded club in that sense. At least Chiellini got a send-off usually, like, so a lot of the legends have never even got proper send-offs. But yeah, Dybala, over the last few weeks as well, I've been getting more and more convinced that he's actually going to be joining Inter. I'm pretty, not 100% certain, but I'm like over 90% sure now that it's going to be Inter, because there's really not that many offers on the table for Dybala. You know, the Premier League teams don't seem to be that interested. In Spain, apparently the only real interest came from Atletico, and then, you know, there was talks of Dortmund. Again, you know, they're not really at the club to pay big wages. So really and truly, his only real proper option is Inter. You know, Marotta, as we know, as I've been saying, even when I wasn't convinced if he was coming or not, I know that Marotta was gonna try and get this guy to Inter, and it looks like he's gonna succeed. So, you know, I've even heard from some sources to say that the announcement might even come next week, like after the Campionato is over, after everything is done. You know, that's how soon everything could be wrapped up, because obviously, you know, it's not like he has to travel from abroad. Like, you know, Milan and Turin is literally an hour away from each other. Medical could be done very easily. Speaking of the medical, yeah, as the season's gone on, I've been more convinced about Dybala in terms of physically. You know, he's got 30 plus appearances this season. He seems to put some of his injuries past him, but again, you know, it shows that he does get injured quite often. But I've been a little bit more certain. It seems like, you know, it's not as bad as maybe I initially thought. And the salary as well, you know, the room, because obviously Juve in the end didn't even put up an offer. You know, there was talks of that they were going to put a much lower offer than what they originally agreed, which was around 8 plus 2 million bonuses, making him, you know, the highest paid in Italy. But after that, there was talks of, you know, maybe 7 plus bonuses or 6 plus bonuses, but nothing came on the table. So literally he hasn't really got anything concrete on the table at the moment. So what I've read is like Inter are offered 6 plus bonuses, performance related bonuses. So actually that's not even like, you know, breaking our transfer or like our budget because as we know, if Dybala comes in, that's the end of Alexis Sanchez. So Sanchez out, who's been earning 7 million net, although he benefits from the decreto crescita, the growth decree, which means that Inter get quite a big tax break, so it actually isn't as expensive as it says on the books, but still, you know, it's around about the same figure. So yeah, I've been getting more and more convinced about Dybala at Inter. You guys know I'm a big fan of him as a footballer. I don't rate him as high as I think some people rate him, in terms of, you know, one of the best players in the world, or, you know, I think he himself at one point rated himself very highly. There was reports that he wanted, you know, that kind of real top player salary a couple of years ago when he was, you know, scoring goals in Champions League and becoming like a superstar. Apparently he even asked for like 15-20 million salary from Juve because he wanted to get to that, you know, Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, like, you know, those big top superstar salaries, but then things never quite panned out for him. But I think at Serie A level, as I keep saying, I think at Serie A level he still is one of the top players in this league, because obviously there's who else was he competing with in terms of other top players. And I think it's a instant upgrade on Sanchez in the squad. Although again, I keep saying, I'm not saying he was a better player than Sanchez, because career-wise, Alexis, this guy, one of the best of our generation. We just got him, unfortunately, couple of years too late. But right now, 33-year-old Sanchez, 28-year-old Dybala, that's going to be straight, you know, upgrade, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm getting more and more warmed up to the idea. You guys let me know in the comments below, were those tears of crocodile tears from Dybala, or do you just not see that happening now that he's, because I see a lot of people putting a lot of weight on those tears, saying that there's no way he would join Inter after those tears. But for me, I don't think in modern football that makes any difference. He's just heartbroken of what's happened, but then now he's just going to make his next logical career move, and that's, you know, that's the best that's the best he can do for himself. Can't blame him. And I think a lot of Juve fans already said that as well. It's like, we'll hate him obviously for doing it, but we won't hate him. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments down below, what did you make of that? This is the most of, I think we've spoken about Juve, spoken about Juve on this channel, which I already feel a bit weird about it. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you leave in a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you for the next one. Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter.